Hey y'all. Hi YouTube world. I have not made a YouTube video in a while. Part of that is because we moved. But yay, I have good internet again. So I will hopefully be making more of these. But I wanted to give a quick little update on something I've stumbled across when it comes to having the seizures and, the PNES. Kind of an update with that, and then also something I think I have figured out that has to do with mindset. And so there you go. That's what this video is going to be about. So just a quick recap. I started having seizures. It was May 17th of last year was my first one. They didn't know if I had a concussion first that caused the seizure-like activity, or if I had a seizure and that made me fall and hit my head and have a concussion. It took a while for me to be diagnosed, but then they did ultimately land on the non-epileptic seizures. So there's been a lot of confusion since then, a lot of back and forth, a lot of, is that the right diagnosis? Is it not? Should I be on epilepsy medication? Should I not? I mean, you name it, okay? And so I shared a video a while ago that I took a break. Now, I want everybody to hear me. If you are dealing with a diagnosis, or you are dealing with something that is affecting you in a physical way that is medical, okay, talk to your doctor. Do not take anything I say as a substitute for what they've told you, okay? I am not a professional. This is just me sharing my journey and what has worked and what hasn't for me. So the most recent thing, I think, a lack of sleep tends to be a big trigger for me, but they have gotten better. I am using the CBD oil, and that seems to help. That seems like it has really calmed them down. It's mainly just in the mornings now that I have it. I think I might be having them in the middle of the night, but anyway, so those are things like that are working. They've calmed down, like I said, but the biggest thing that has helped me through this entire journey is my own mindset. And y'all listen, I am not here to toot my own horn. I am not here to say that follow my footprints because I'm doing wonderful, blah, blah. That, hear me out here. That is not what this is. This is, y'all look at this hair, it's Monday. This is from my heart to y'all's, that this has been my journey. It has been such a struggle. It has had so many ups and downs. And the only consistent thing that I have noticed that has helped me at the end of the day, myself, has been my mindset. So let me just expand on that a little bit, because today I've really been thinking about it. The seizures are happening. Right? The diagnosis happened, whether I think that's it, whether I don't think that's it. I just got glasses, because my eyesight totally changed since the seizures. And we're trying different things to help with the headaches, and kind of in hopes that maybe if it's concussion related, the symptoms will start going away. But there's things like that happen. There are different factors that we find out off and on. And as much as I choose to focus on the seizures, that's as much as it's going to be a roller coaster, because there's something new I hear every day with it. I'm sure if you guys are watching this because you are going through non-epileptic seizures or epilepsy, or if you know someone that is, especially with non-epileptic seizures, you could choose every day to research PNES, and every day feel like you learn something new or feel discouraged by something new almost every day. There's just so much not known about it, and so many different stories. So for me personally, I've chosen to not focus on it. To not focus, and I've hit that before. But the next step in that for me that I was really thinking about today is that my mindset, I've gotten to the point where I will not allow, or I try not to allow, my mindset to tell me I can't do something because of the seizures. It's hard. There are things that I feel like happen that wouldn't happen if I didn't have seizures, or I would be able to do if I didn't have seizures. I'm not talking about putting myself in this unrealistic bubble where I act like they're not happening and I act like I don't have to be restricted at all. I'm not talking about being dishonest with myself about the reality of the seizures, but I need to learn to trust my body and listen to my body and identify what needs to be restricted versus me just telling myself I'm restricted. Does that make sense? I really hope it does, because if I go into situations telling myself I'm restricted now, my mindset goes with it. My mindset goes, phew. I get discouraged. I start feeling hopeless. I start feeling like I'll never be able to do that again or X, Y, Z again. But if I shift it and say, I'm not sure if I can still do that without having a seizure. Or I'm going to try this in a safe environment, with my husband around, with my family around, so that we can see how my body reacts to it. That really, especially in the beginning, had to be my whole world. Kind of trial and error a little bit. I am to the point now where I get a certain feel. I've identified it. It took a while, but I do. And so that really helps, because if I'm wanting to go do more activity than I have been doing, if I get that certain feel, I know what to tell people and I know what's about to happen. So it takes the fear away of it, but doesn't... I want to choose my words carefully here, because I'm sure that there are people who are feeling right now like you can't do anything. Or like in the beginning, when I first started having them, I felt like I couldn't do anything on my own. I was so scared, especially because I have a lot of confusion when I have seizures. I didn't want to be out, away from my home, because that took way longer to come back from them. I didn't want to be away from my husband. I didn't want to be away from anything that helped me recover from them. And it's hard. It's hard. I remember, I think I made a video about it, trying to do the dishes not long after. And I had a seizure, I guess, and I broke a plate, and that wrecked me. It wrecked me, y'all. The difference between then and now is, one, acceptance. I'm still fully believing I'll get healed and that I'm not living the rest of my life with this. But at the same point, accepting that my life does look different. And it's not just medical things that make your life look different. So we're not alone in that. And then two, my mindset. For some reason, I feel like it is very, very easy to use the fact that I have seizures as a reason to say, oh, nope, can't do it. Almost an excuse. And I was doing that for a while without even catching myself. Once I started catching myself doing that and going, oh gosh, I don't even know if that's true. But I just told them and told myself, you can't do that. You have seizures. I didn't like the taste it left in my mouth. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. That to me meant that I'm letting seizures control not only what I actually can and can't do, but what my mind is believing I can do. So that's really what I wanted this video to be about, is that the seizures may be happening. And you may have someone telling you that it's all your mind doing it. Non-epileptic seizures, a lot of times that's what they're trying to tell you, essentially. Go to counseling, heal your mind, it'll be okay. But the second that anything starts controlling what you believe about yourself, what you believe you can or can't do, it's gone too far. It's gone too far. Your mindset has now come under that control. And we don't want things like that controlling our lives. I don't want to be controlled by my seizures. I want to try to control them, even though I feel like I can't sometimes. I'm going to be honest. I can't control them 100% of the time. When they happen, I can't control them at all. But I cannot let them dictate how I'm going to live. And I for sure cannot allow them to become excuses to keep me from trying things and to keep me from doing new things or doing things I did before. So, and I'm going to share this with you guys really quick because it's not always perfect. It's not like, oh, if you have a good mindset, then boom, you'll be fine and not have a seizure. That's just not how it's worked for me. But, you know, we just took a little family trip and we had so much fun. Me and my son, a lot of the times we're hanging out during the day. We'd go swimming. We'd go to the park while my husband was working. And I'm not going to lie, there were a couple mornings because of a lack of sleep. I had a really rough seizure. And it took me a while to recoup. But I made the decision that day, no, we're still going to go. We're going to go out. We're going to have a good time. Now, I will never push myself. If I am physically feeling it, I know now the difference between I need to get out and not just kind of sit and let myself get weary versus my body is telling me I need to rest. So that's a huge key right there, okay? So I'm not talking about times when your body is telling you don't. I'm talking about times when your mindset is saying, I don't know if you can. So we chose to go out. We chose to get to the park to have fun. You know, worst case scenario, I have a seizure with my son who understands what's going on. He's great about it. He's one of the people that if I'm having one, I don't end up being confused for long because I see his face and I'm everything's right with the world. But it's still not fun when that happens, okay? So then we went to visit my friend who had moved. I've known her forever. And we're out on a different property. We're hanging around. We're doing a lot. And I could feel it all of a sudden. And then we're there with her family. And it's me and my family. And I instantly start feeling embarrassed. So I try to walk away because I know it's going to happen. And I tell my husband first, I'm feeling funny. And then I have one. My son comes over. He makes sure I'm okay. My friend, you know, checks on me, makes sure I'm okay. But I realized after that fact that the moment right before and the moment after the seizure were what defined the entire experience. Because if I had let that embarrassment take hold, or if after the fact I had let my mindset say, see, you can't do normal things. See, you can't go out and do this stuff. Then my entire day would have been ruined. My entire day would have been shaped and identified with the seizure that lasted not even 2 minutes. Instead, I went, you know what? I'm going to let myself feel embarrassed for a minute. That was embarrassing, and I didn't have control over it. But I'm surrounded by awesome people, and we're having fun, and they understand what's going on. I understand what's going on. I'm going to keep having fun. And then it didn't become another thought. It didn't. Within a couple hours, I was feeling back to normal. And it was a great day. So I guess the trap that we can fall into, and I don't feel like it's just people with seizures. I feel like it's anybody who has, especially medical things that happen, that maybe catch you off guard. The trap is that we can fall into letting them control us, and we can also fall into using them as excuses. And hear my heart here, okay? Because I'm saying I have done this. I was about to be stuck there and had to pull myself out of it. And my husband had to stop me a lot of times and say, is it that you actually can't? Or are you just saying that? I was so mad at him the first time he said that to me because I'm like, I have seizures. You've seen them. But I took a step back and went, oh, crap. He's right. I actually don't know if I can do that or not. I'm just saying that I can't. What brought all of this up was that trip, and that was also the fact that I really want to start feeling healthy again. And to me, that means trying to work out, trying to get a little bit in shape, okay? And I, this morning, realized that I had defined me feeling healthy as almost impossible because I had seizures. And when you break it down, that's just not true. It's not true. Maybe I don't need to go out there and go, okay, my goal is to do, 15 burpees with 3 sets of them, and I'm going to get fit, and I'm going to get strong, and maybe we don't start a goal there, because burpees trigger it, okay? The up and down triggers it. But maybe I strip it down and go, it's not that I can't get healthy. That's not it. It's that I don't know what it looks like for me to start working out. I don't know what it looks like for me to try to get my body stronger. And that's where I need to start. Maybe it's yoga. Maybe it's more little couch workouts. I did a little video on a couch workout because I thought it'd be safe if I had a seizure and I'd be on the couch. So instead of defining I can't get healthy and using seizures to define that, it actually needs to be, no, I just need to redefine what health means to me and how to get there because I have seizures. People have to do that all the time. All the time. Back in the day, I played basketball like crazy, believe it or not, all 5 feet of me. Loved it. I had knee surgery. Did the knee surgery mean I could never play basketball again? No. It just redefined what it would look like to get back on the court. What did I have to do to get back into practice? How did I have to heal to get back into it? I couldn't run suicides exactly the same after I hurt my back. I had to pivot a certain way so it wouldn't trigger it. It doesn't mean that I didn't do it anymore. It's the same thing with the seizures. It just is. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and say that challenge yourself to capture those thoughts. And when you feel yourself or you hear yourself saying, I can't, pause. Pause right there for a minute and truly think about what is telling you you can't. If it is history, you know what I mean? If it's experience that says when I do this or I don't do this, then it equals a seizure, okay. Listen to your body, listen to your doctor 100%. But if it's fear of embarrassment, if it's fear of what if I have a seizure, if it's just flat out, I don't think I can do it because I have seizures, investigate that. My challenge to you is to really examine that and then challenge your mindset to going, do I believe that's true? What is it based off of? Am I controlling my mindset or is my diagnosis controlling my mindset? I hope that makes sense. It is something, like I've said, it's the only consistent thing that has really allowed me to be able to start feeling normal again. I had to accept what was normal, but then I decided that I was not going to I wasn't going to let non-epileptic seizures and all the confusion that comes with that define my whole world. I'm not going to. Through it, I have found more things that bring me joy that I would have had no idea brought me joy. I'm just being honest. So many things. I do Lyme Life now, Beauty Guide for Lyme Life. Not something I ever thought I would do. Kind of found it, stumbled across it, and then it worked out perfectly because I was having seizures and couldn't work a physical job. Now I wouldn't change it for the world. So, the seizures are not the blessing, y'all. But the moments that you can pause, maybe because of them, can be blessings. So, there's my thought. You guys, we're not alone. You're not alone. It's not going to control your entire life. If this is a new experience for you, we're here. You have people surrounding you who've been through it. It's almost been a year now since my diagnosis kind of coming up. And I remember the fear and the panic and the what just happened to me. Reach out. Talk to people about that. But there is hope, okay? There is hope. And if right in the beginning you can realize that your mindset is stronger, that you can live a normal life, that you can continue to live and do things you love and find new things you love, that's going to help you more than anything. I promise you, it will help you more than anything. And if you've been in this process for a while where you're still trying to figure it out and you're just getting frustrated, I encourage you seriously to pause. Seriously, pause. And think about what is controlling your mindset more. I love you all so much. I hope this could help somebody. Let me know in the comments if you've watched it, what you think about it. I'm open to any feedback. I want to hear from other people with non-epileptic seizures. I feel like there are a lot of us that are just kind of left in the dark. So I hope this can shed a little bit of light. But I love you all so much. Reach out. There's always hope. It's a glorious day. Tomorrow will be a good day as well. Bye, y'all.